Hey guys, this is Mike with TSR, and this is my Savage XS review. Throw that away. Here is the Savage XS itself. I've had this car for about maybe 3-4 weeks. I've run maybe 10 packs through it, 2S lipo packs, and this thing is a beast. It's super durable. Jumped it onto my friend's roof, backflipped off the roof, did pretty huge backflips, front flips, standing backflips. This thing is a beast. It's shit. And when you drive it, it feels just like the big Savage Flux. This thing is amazing. Here's the body, just like the big Savage Flux. I already got it scratched up and everything. That's to be expected. And then here's the car. As you can see, it's pretty muddy right now. Drove it through some mud. This thing is waterproof. Everything's waterproof. Sealed receiver box, waterproof ESC, waterproof motor, waterproof servo. And this thing is definitely waterproof. I ran it through some pretty thick mud, and then to wash it off, I just put it in a bathtub and just put the water all over this thing, and it still works perfectly fine. Nothing happened. So parts that broke after about 3 weeks. The first day I broke a hub carrier. It's right here. It actually cracked. So I slid the pin back in, and it still works. It's still cracked right now, but even when it's cracked, it's super durable. So I've been driving with it cracked for a while, and it hasn't come out yet. It hasn't come out again yet. Other parts that break, I've already broken maybe like 5 or 6 of these, like the little bottom part that goes on the shaft to connect it to the A-arm. I've broken like 6 or 7 of those already, and that's pretty annoying. It's an easy part to fix, but it just breaks all the time, so it's pretty annoying. I've lost a few of the lower shock retainers, just because the shock would pop out of the bottom part, and then the shock retainer, I would lose it. But this thing is super durable. I've landed like that off a jump, just like that, on one A-arm, and it didn't break. So it's definitely like the big Savage Flux, super durable. And then I know the big question is, do batteries fit in this thing? Yes, 10 scale batteries fit in this like a glove. Here's my TrueRC 5000 milliamp hard pack. I honestly did not think this battery would fit into the battery box, even after I bought it. But this thing fits so perfectly, with a little bit of room to spare. And then one default on the Big Savage is the battery box clips to hold the battery box shut. This thing has super nice clips. It's like a little pivot thing, and you pivot it over, and then it gets locked in. Haven't had a problem with that, so that's definitely a plus. Your battery's never gonna come out. Everything is like super solid on this. Like the bumpers, they don't wiggle at all, except like that. But like they're super solid. Everything is really solid. It's just an amazing truck. I definitely recommend it over a Mini Revo. I have owned both, and this thing is definitely better than a Mini Revo. And then here's a controller that it comes with. It's got a drop-down steering, which is pretty cool, so it's more comfortable. I actually really like this controller. It's 2.4. You get the servo endpoint adjustments, steering trim, throttle trim, that's normal. Drive amount, and then there's a third channel. It's a pretty nice controller. Only takes 4 batteries, and it actually comes with 4 batteries. And you get extra parts too. You get extra of the things that I broke, but I already broke all the extra ones, the little things that go on the bottom of the shock shaft. And then you also get extra body clips. You get extra couple extra parts. I can't really list them off right now. I forgot, but it's definitely a good truck. I recommend it over a Mini Revo if you're trying to decide between the two, or like this or a Mini Savage. This thing is definitely the one to get. It's like all 10 scale stuff just smushed down, so it's really durable. I definitely like how HPI did this. And then here is a size comparison. Here is my Beast Savage Flux. This does have the XL conversion, just so you know. It's got the Big Joe tires on it. So here's a size comparison with a Savage Flux XL. The Savage Flux doesn't even fit in the screen. And then there's that one. So it's definitely bigger. This thing fits in between the wheels pretty much. So I'm guessing the stock Savage would be probably about like right here. Like the wheel would be right there. So it's definitely a lot smaller. But it's not that much smaller than like here's a 10 scale on-road car. Still a little bit smaller, but then it's a little bit bigger than the Mini Revo, but not by much. So this thing is definitely good. Positives, do positive, negatives. Positives, super durable, waterproof, brushless, ready to run. All you need to add is a battery. You can run on 3S, but that would just be insane. 2S is good enough. Negatives, don't really have any negatives. It is hard to work on. I had to tighten my spur gear, or my pinion gear fell off the shaft like within the first 5 minutes of driving it, and that was a pain in the butt to fix, because you have to take apart pretty much the whole entire car just to get to the pinion and the spur. So working on this car isn't that good, but driving it is just super fun. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, I also broke the drive shaft over here on this side. So right now this is 3-wheel drive, but it's still fun to drive as 3-wheel drive. It still does backflips. I'm ordered the part. There's not many parts out for this right now because it's brand new. It's one thing to keep in mind. Maybe wait like a month and they'll have all the parts if you break anything. Stock tires, super good. Oh yeah, and then I was doing negatives. Pretty much no negatives except for working on it and having the bottom part of the shock break all the time. But you could easily fix that with, like, I think RPM makes them, or you can get aluminum ones. That's pretty much it for the negatives. This thing is super nice truck. Should go get one.